I've just written a book on UFOs and why it's important for it to come out. Do you, either of you, in just your ordinary state of mind, have anything to say
Well,
about?
I've been at the UN 7 times. The
Yeah,
first time, Kryon had a very succinct message for the delegates and guests who were there in that committee room number 7 when he was there.
well,
And the message had 2 parts, and because these were short, I think they were 20-minute messages, and
yeah.
then we left.
Maybe it was.
And yeah, and the message was, number one was there should be an indigenous council of wisdom for the UN, non-voting
Right.
indigenous council of wisdom. What would be wrong with that? I mean, they don't vote, so they're not going to be.
Yeah.
In other words, you need wisdom, and it should come from your ancients. And number two, that the government should release what they know about extraterrestrials. And that was the message of Cryon. So he's not into UFOs except to say there's life everywhere. And
Yes.
so you ought to start telling them what you know, you know.
Great. I totally believe that is part of the channeling, awakening of minds. It's awakening of the cosmic mind. That's also a big part of our future. And just like all those things you've talked about, the abuses and all, I mean, being lied to is not to get off the subject, but it's another form of abuse that we're not being told the truth. So it's just my,
What's happening now is we're actually there is no more bag. you know we're not taking the trauma and the drama, making it being seen. It can't be hidden any longer. And the same with the extraterrestrial energy. I mean, there's so much activity out there
mhm,
that it's not something to believe in or something to not believe in.
mhm,
I think it's simply a fact. And the theatrics of the movies even are coming round about from the ET, which is that love energy,
mhm,
through all of the trauma, Independence Day, and all that.
mhm,
And we're coming back to the fact that the ET energy and the human energy is actually going to work simultaneously. We have, on a few stated occasions, a group that has come in completely unannounced. They call themselves the Galactics, and they are a conclave of extraterrestrial races.
mm,
And they come together, and they first, when they came in, they asked for our help as humans to teach them
mm,
about our humanness, our emotional status, and our emotional abilities. And
mhm,
then they're asking us to help make it safe
mhm.
on this planet for us to work side by side on this planet. I mean, that was a huge step for me when the
Right.
Galactics first came in. It was very powerful.
And then there's one other thing, and I'll just say it, and that when Cryon was asked it one time, says if the universe is teeming with life and they're all around us, then why haven't they said hello? Why don't we have some landing on the White House lawn, not just
Mhm.
some obscure sightings, and
Right.
said hello? I said, what's there? And his answer was, you're a very young and very dangerous race.
That's true. That's
I
true.
said, you know, so that, and you've got, when you calm down and have a little more enlightenment, and don't fight so much with yourself and destroy one another,
Mm,
then you set the stage for a meeting. And so I like
mm.
the fact, and he said, remember, you're the new kid on the block, because the life that's been there, it's been there a lot longer. So there's a whole lot more enlightened ones as well. So
That reminds me of what Stanton Friedman, one of the longtime veteran UFO researchers, he says, "Who wants to play with a race of beings whose favorite pastime is tribal warfare?" That's us.
exactly, we're immature. Every invention, the first thing we want to do is weaponize it. I mean,
I
it
know.
tells the whole story.